I'm Gina Mizell here with Connor Letourneau. We are here at Reser Stadium where on Saturday the Gary Anderson era kind of officially kicked off with the spring game, orange versus white. The white team won 38-7. Stats and score didn't really matter too much as far as what we saw on the field, but overall this offense, which has really sputtered throughout the spring, seemed like they kind of reached a turning point earlier this week, and it really showed here on Saturday.
Yeah, and part of it, as Anderson touched upon in his presser, was that they did go very basic on defense, partly because I think they wanted to get the offense a little bit kick-started, but there were holes all over the field, and they took advantage of them, especially the run game. A guy named Marcus Greaves emerged. He's a D2 transfer from Western Oregon, walk-on. He had a pretty nice day at almost 10 yards per carry. Also, Chris Brown had himself a day.
Yeah, 89 yards on 9 carries and 2 touchdowns for Chris Brown. He started the game for the white team and just really found a lot of open space there. And of course, everybody's been talking about the quarterbacks. And again, if we've been judging purely on this game, Seth Collins was more impressive than Nick Mitchell. He had a couple of highlight-worthy plays, flipped over a guy early in the scrimmage, totally hurdled Kendall Hill late in the scrimmage, and Anderson wouldn't go as far to say that he is the front runner to win the starting job, but he's certainly, I think, based on what we've seen, probably the guy that's in the lead right now.
You kind of read between the lines and even what he was saying. I mean, he didn't outright say it, but it definitely seems like he's the front runner right now. He was the best I've seen him all spring. He was really doing it all today. We saw the run plays that he's great at, jumping over guys. He had a flip early in the game over Deshaun Hunt, and his arm was a lot better than I've seen it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, defensively, again, kind of a vanilla scheme from the Beavers, but when you talk to guys, it seems like the defense, they're pretty pleased with the progress. What's kind of your assessment of that whole unit based on what we saw the past 5-7 weeks versus what we saw today?
It's kind of hard to tell because it was different than I've seen it today. It was a lot more basic. They were struggling unlike I've seen them struggle throughout the spring. They obviously had the upper hand on the offense most of the spring. Today they were not the winning side, but they made some nice plays, and I don't think there's a lot that can really be gleaned about the defense today from what we saw.
Yeah, it was interesting too because that first team offense was primarily going up against the second team defense and vice versa, and lo and behold, the team that was going up against the second team defense scored 38 points. The first team defense only really allowed 7, so take what you want from that. Now, of course, Oregon State, the season is not over until fall camp. Summer workouts are starting up, and Gary Anderson has said over and over that getting stronger is a big priority for this team. So what do you expect during the summer when guys kind of have to police themselves to be in the weight room and to work out on their own? What's it going to take for this team to be ready for fall camp?
Most of this roster needs to add muscle. This is an undersized team. That's going to be the really important thing. Some other things worth tracking, obviously. Kyle Pecco has become eligible. He looked pretty good today. Expected as much. Isaac Siomala, does he become healthy with that broken foot? And also, do they try to tinker with the quarterback? So they bring in a quarterback. My hunch is that they don't. I think that based off what we've been seeing, that they're feeling better about Collins, but anything can happen. Yeah,
absolutely. And we will be here, of course. Our season does not end. We'll be covering all the off-season happenings on Oregon State, so keep it right here on OregonLive.com. For Connor Letourneau, I'm Gina Mizell, and we'll catch you next time.